changes.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. This is Remy from Royale Gaming, and today we're going to play Quick Cycle Hug deck. Now this one contains the Fire Spirit, the Ice Spirit, the Goblins, the Inferno, Zap, Poison, and the Pump. Now the secret about this deck that you will be able to rotate into your cards very fast, faster than your opponent actually could manage to get elixir. So if you drop one pump now, within one rotation of your card you will be able to drop another card, making another push on your opponent. So you will be keeping that pressure applied on your opponent and you will have the upper hand inside of the battle. Now I'll show you. I played this deck like six battles before I start recording, and now I'm doing a live recording with you guys so you could see the way that I played it and how this deck works inside of the battle. So it's gonna be really easy. It's going to be really, like, you know, fun to play it. So it's, and like I said, I always say, like, if you have any preferences, if you want to change anything inside of the deck, that is up to you, and that will always goes into personal preferences. So the way I played this one, I was like concentrating on getting my pumps down, and whenever I have my Hug, my Ice Spirit, or my Fire Spirit, I just go for one push. And when you have that extra double elixir time, then you will have the advantage to drop your poison right on top of the tower as well. That will slow down the enemy, that will slow down the crown tower from hitting you, and that will give you the advantage actually of causing overtime damage to that tower. Now I have the pump ready, so I will drop the pump in there. And when you drop the pump in there and you have the Ice Spirit, that miner is going to have a hard time getting into your pump, because both towers is actually targeting that while he's stunned yet freeze because of the Ice Spirit. Now we will go for another push. I have my Hug in there and I have my Fire Spirits. Of course he's going to stop that with his mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Musketeer along with the log. But in here, look how things works. Like his mini P.E.K.K.A., his Hug couldn't get into my tower. The only thing that actually goes into my tower is his miner. But with one push along with my poison and the zap, took the tower down, and my goblins actually managed to get that Musketeer health to 0. So in terms of positive elixir trade, like look in here, he dropped his mini P.E.K.K.A., his Hug, his log in there, and the miner, and the only thing managed to get into my tower is the miner. So it has a hard counter for everything. With 5 seconds left, I'll just, you know, go for another tower. I know I'm not going to get it, so one crown to 0. We'll jump straight away to the next battle and see if this is gonna keep the streak going. It's really fun deck to play with, and if you guys want to try it, you try it out, and hopefully you guys, you know, like it, and you will go on streaks. So now starting off, I've got my pump, I've got my goblins, my inferno, and my fire spirits. So dropping my pump on the right and just waiting for my elixir to build up so I can make a push. Now I really have a good starting hand, so I have my fire spirits all the way at the back, Hug, and goblins. Now the way I played, the reason I played my fire spirits at the back, I didn't play it with the Hug, so he could choose either between, like, you know, zapping my goblins or zapping my fire spirits. In his case, he decided to use the zap on the fire spirits, which that gives me the advantage of making my goblins getting 2 stabs on that tower. Got that tower to 828. Now on the right side, when he did that push, I had to drop the poison on the princess because I don't want to deal with her later. And what's really good about this deck, that you will be able to rotate into your poison, to rotate into your inferno, to rotate into your fire spirits, so you will always be ahead. Now in here he dropped the 3 musketeers, the giants on the left, so that poison is going to do work on the right, and the inferno will take care of that giant. Of course he's going to split his defenses, so I'm not too worried about that lumberjack on the left. So the ice spirit will gonna stop that giant down, and my goblins are going to do some work along with the fire spirits to take down the minions in there. So everything going as I expected actually out of this day. Now we will wait for a little bit and then we will go for another push. I don't think by 1 minute left, like inside of the battle, it's sometimes it's worth actually placing a bump and sometimes it's not. So you guys need to figure out how to play it. I sometimes say like it's not really worth it in the last minute. So especially when you go into the overtime, it's not worth it at all to place that pump. Now with the push on the left, his giant is going to be melted with my inferno tower. My zap is going to take care of his musketeers, and the lumberjack managed to get few hits on that tower. So with 20 seconds left, man, poison is going to take that crown out. My fire spirits and ice spirit is going to take care of the minion in there, and the inferno took care of his giant. That will give us another crown to 0 into the second battle. It works really good. I like the way this deck operates. I like the way that I don't know if I'm playing it right, so you guys let me know if you try it and you figured out something much better. You let me know and I'm very happy to try it. We'll go straight away to the third battle and we will see if this is gonna work out and we'll keep the streak going. So again, starting off, I've got my pump, I've got my goblins, my fire spirits and the poison. So that is a good starting hand. So dropping my pump in there, and now I'm building out for elixir, and now he dropped his rocket. Now dropping his rocket, that revealed what kind of cards he has. Now when you're facing a guy with rocket or fireball, or see, that's a damage over time. You don't want to get damaged over time, so make sure that you go aggressive when you have IOE damage, when you're facing guys with using rockets or fireballs. So you need to go aggressive against them, otherwise you will be losing. You will be losing to rockets or fireballs or chip damage. Now in here I zapped the 3 minions. I didn't see the spear goblins. The spear goblins in here caused some damage. In here I let it go, it's okay. I didn't really drop my fire spirits on it, but next time I'm not going to let him, because that means 3 fireballs is going to take my tower out, and I don't want him to take my tower out. Right now I only seen that pump tower. Luckily for me, I had my ice spirit and the fire spirit took it down, which got my hope to go and get one swing into the tower. So I got the tower down to 1174. With his push on the right, he won't be able to make it to my tower, but I am sure this guy is going to keep going with his rockets, with his whatever damage that he could cause from far away. He will go for it, because that's the only way for him to get into my tower. Now we will keep the pressure on. I will try to go with my hook and get 1 swing or 2 swings in there, and hopefully we will grab that win out and keep the streak going. Now in here he dropped his spear goblins. I didn't let my spear goblins get into my tower, so I blocked that with my fire spirits. Now he's blocking my way into the tower, so I had to use the poison in there. And look in here, the second I dropped my inferno, he dropped his hook and he dropped his rocket. So this guy wants to grab that win with his rocket. Now my hook managed to get 1 swing on the tower. I didn't hesitate at all to drop my poison in there, and he's going with full on with his arrows on my tower, with his spear goblins. So now with 4 seconds left, the zap is going to finish that game, and we got 1 crown to 0. Again, it works really good against fast decks and slow decks as well. So we'll jump into the fourth battle and see if this is gonna keep the streak going. Now in here, facing different type of decks, like, you know, the reason that I am showing you live battles is so you know how to play against different varieties of decks. So if you have like air attacks, is how to counter air attacks, if you have like, you know, ground raids, so you know how to counter that as well. Now you have the Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower is a hard counter for Lava Hound, but when you see a Lava Hound doesn't play solo. Always comes with like the minions or the minion hordes, so you make sure that you have your poison ready whenever you see that minion or the minion hordes. Now with his push, he managed to get few, like, you know, some damage on my tower, but I wasn't too worried about that. I'll just pump up and then form another push and go for that crown on the right. Now it's gonna be much easier for me, because when you see a really heavy push like coming from the right side, if you want to make your push, make it on the other lane, because the other lane always divide your opponent's cards, and this is what you need to do. You need to divide the strength, you need to divide the force. Now I've done one push on the right side in here, and I got his king, got one crown down and his king tower down to all the way to 1000. Now with the minion horde goes down, the poison goes down, the zap goes down, I want to keep my Inferno Tower healthy so they can take care of that Lava Hound. That will get us one last push opportunity on the right side. That the Hulk and the goblins will go into the tower, will get the win, 3 crowns to 0. So 4 battles guys, 4 wins, 4-win streak. Try it out and see how you guys go. And that will end up our video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Rami.